everybody. So I know it has been like 2 months since I put out my last video. But there's just been a lot going on that I have to deal with outside of this. And just the last few weeks, I've been focused on the Petito case. Um, so before I go any farther, I just want to say that my thoughts and prayers go out to her family. Um, because I just couldn't imagine I couldn't imagine being in that situation and having that be one of my children. So I just wanted to start there. But let's just get right into today's video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. And share it just to get it out there because a lot of this stuff you don't see, um, on TV or anything. Okay. Mom says a Southwest flight attendant told her to glue a mask to her crying 2-year-old daughter's face. A mom is speaking out after an incident with her 2-year-old on a Southwest Airlines flight. Cleek said her daughter Drew refused to wear a mask on a flight from Orlando to Norfolk, Virginia. The mom said a flight attendant sarcastically told her to glue the mask to her kid's face. I can't believe this happened to us today, Cleek wrote on an Instagram post about the encounter. You hear about it, but never expect it to happen to you. Drew is a thumb sucker, and her only way she biologically knows how to soothe herself is by sucking her thumb, which is damn near impossible with a mask on. Cleek wrote in the post, while 2 flight attendants stood over me watching as we held her down and tried to get her to wear it. That is crazy. She is 2 years old. Even a 2-year-old knows that you're not supposed to have something covering your face so you can't breathe. Poor kid. I'm telling you, it's just getting worse and worse. Star Wars store owner lays some harsh truth on trans dude starting trouble in his store. Check this out.
And you're gonna let everybody else see it? But when you're confronted by a trans woman, you're gonna hide it?
Everybody loves it.
No,
They
I don't
take
think
pictures of it. They post it.
so. Uh-huh.
9 out of 10 customers love it.
Yeah, you know what? It's bullshit.
No, what you're spouting is bullshit.
No, it's not.
It
Trans
is-
women are women, sir. That sign is bullshit.
I'll tell you what. Just check it out. It ain't bullshit.
I'm telling you right now, as a trans women are women. Your
Well,
sign
I'm
is
telling you,
bullshit.
as a man, that's bullshit.
Uh-huh.
It's total bullshit.
Okay.
You know what? Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem.
Really?
If they'd say,
Really?
what the
You want to bet?
What the fuck is
You know
going
what I
on?
have had
Do you
to
know how
work
many
with?
people you've embarrassed
Oh,
at City
wow.
Hall?
Me, an
There have to-
embarrassment to City
there
Hall?
have to
Really?
tolerate
You're an
that
embarrassment
shit?
to the city, sir. You are an embarrassment to this city.
I am a
And
pillar
I'm
in the
sure that
city.
Everybody knows.
I'm a pillar in this. Now,
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that. Do you know why? Every time some bullshit like this happens,
Uh-huh.
my sales go up because people are wanting this. side.
Really.
Really.
We're gonna show them this side of you, and
You do
hopefully-
it. You do
hopefully
it.
we can
You
change
do it really
Go
good.
right
'cause
ahead,
guess
man.
Hopefully
what?
we can wake
Guy.
you up.
You are fucking nuts.
Let's wake you up. to
You
the
are
truth,
nuts.
sir.
You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You
Uh-huh.
don't act like a woman.
Really.
You're fucked
Really?
in the head. What's
Oh,
wrong with
really?
you?
I'm fucked.
So, oh my gosh, too funny. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but it's so funny, and we need more people like that to stand up to what is going on because she's like he's like as a transgender woman. That's bullshit. The guy's like, no, as a man, you're bullshit. It's just too funny, but more people do because that's not. I mean, hey, you know what? It is the world in 2021. This is the world that we freaking live in. Back when I was a kid in the 90s, you never heard of shit like this. Never ever. Now it's mainstream, man. It's mainstream. Humanoid robots are getting terrifyingly nimble, and now they can see obstacles in their way. So, look at this robot. It's crazy. There is a video of these online, but you've seen them perform elaborate dance numbers and leap up massive sets of stairs. But the latest video of Boston Dynamics humanoid Atlas robot is another major evolutionary step. Atlas hops from platform to platform around a banked turn, deftly crosses a balance beam, and leaps across a massive gap in the new video. Partners in Parkour, as the video is titled, is it... Hold on one second. Sorry. Hello. Okay. Well, I'm doing it now. All right, bye. Sorry about that. My mother-in-law was like, just as you went to start your video, my internet went down. Yeah, we're having these kinds of problems. But humanoid robots, why do you think that they are making these things? Not for fun. Not for, there's a reason. Humanoid robots. Boston Dynamics. Okay. This video is entitled God Has Spoken. Lightning strike destroys the George Floyd mural in Toledo, Ohio. That was the big, huge, this whole thing was the big, huge
A mural
George
honoring
Floyd
George
mural.
Floyd, erected at Summit and Lagrange in Toledo, has collapsed. According to Toledo police, witnesses say it was destroyed by a lightning strike.
Yeah.
13 APT's Doppler radar did show a lightning strike in that block at about 4:30 p.m. this afternoon. Toledo police were seen outside the building, which used to house the mugshots.
Alright, let's try this again. So sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to play this clip. Angry liberal mom is so angry you're not indoctrinated. She's going to attack your Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. Now, I'm going to have to mute where she says the word, because you know why. But check this out.
You know what? Fuck special needs kids. Fuck the whole lot of you. Fuck your parents, fuck your families, fuck your caregivers, fuck your therapists, fuck your doctors. Fuck all you special needs fucks out there. Right? Right? Because that's what you motherfuckers say to us when you don't want to get vaccinated. Because it's not FDA approved yet. Yeah, half you bitches will fucking contour your face without looking at one ingredient, and you will go to goddamn Starbucks, never once checking to see if the FDA has approved pumpkin spice. Right? Right? So we say wear a mask. If you motherfuckers knew what it took for me to get my kid from the front door to the car seat, you would understand that I would wear a mask every day for the rest of my fucking life. But your body autonomy, right? Right? So apparently, if we're special needs, we just get to stay home because of you selfish pricks. You know what? I'm fucking done, chat. I'm fucking done, Karen. Fuck the lot of you.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say after that. You know, just what a piece of shit she is, right? But it's 2021, guys. The world we live in 2021. These are the kind of freaking people that we have to deal with. Because the world is the way that it freaking is. Oh my God, we just went through this. There we go. Okay, so there's an ABC News in Australia. It was playing the news, And then all of a sudden, it cuts to a clip of a satanic ritual. And I'm going to pause it so you guys can see this, because how bizarre is this, right?
Queensland Parliament. The state government announced the proposed legislation today. It's in part due to the stabbing of a police dog during an arrest in Brisbane last year.
Okay, so all of a sudden in the middle of this news clip, it comes to this. This freak over here on the piano looks like, playing the keyboard, looks like he doesn't have any clothes on. These two freaks are dressed up in, I don't even know what. You've got the star, you've got the cross that's upside down, and it's signified that it's on fire, right? That's what all that shit's for. Hail Satan. Did you hear that? I'm going to get you right back to where it started. No, the first thing he says, Hail Satan. And it's funny how in the middle of a news thing on TV that they were showing, that they just show this, Hail Satan, in the middle of a freaking news broadcast.
Hail Satan.
Is that insane or what? Tell me that was done. Tell me it's a coincidence and it's that's happening in Australia right now, when Australia is, I mean, what is happening to them over there is just unfreaking believable. Okay, I liked this video, so check this out. These 4 dudes are trying to rob people, right? And it doesn't show you what it was, because you don't get to see the video from inside, but whatever it was when they breached that door, whatever was waiting for them on the other side scared the shit out of them, and they all went running. Check this out. I guess they picked the wrong house. Yeah, see the camera, block the camera. We just seen your face. Oh shit, they all went running. That dude fell trying to get out of there so quick. What do you think was on the other side of that door? You think somebody was standing there with a shotgun or whatever it was? It made me laugh when I watched it. That's what you get for trying to rob people. Go get a fucking job. Okay, and these, yeah, check this out. If you haven't seen this, and I'm going to say this again, please hit that thumbs up button, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. I mean, we have to support the people that are putting out the right information. We have to support the people that are trying to get the truth out there, that are trying to get reality out to you.
I was a camp counselor for 1 week.
That's not, that the news media and all that bullshit will never ever do for you. Alright, check this out. This guy with his pink ass hair he's a camp counselor, and he brags about how he turned a bunch of 13-year-olds into Marxists. So when you send your kids to camp in 2021, these are the kinds of people that they are left with. These are the kinds of people that are there to mentor your children.
I was a camp counselor for 1 week and turned an entire cabin of 13-year-olds into leftists. Here's how. It started on day 1 when the kids of their own volition decided to have an election to see who would be president of the cabin. They had me track votes anonymously, and I may have broken the tide in favor of the obviously queer kid. Another kid who was weirdly obsessed with Russian history then asked if he could be Mikhail Gorbachev to the cabin, to which I said, I don't think so. You could be Karl Marx, though. He was thrilled. The kids then, somewhat clumsily, started discussing the merits of their communist government. It probably would have ended there, but on day 2, the president told me that he had trouble sleeping the night before and asked me if I had anything to read. I had exactly one book with me, The ABCs of Socialism. This kid read the entire book in one night. The next day, another kid asked for it, and then another. By day 4, Karl Marx proposed that our cabin cheer be the communist cabin, where everyone is equal, and everyone agreed.
Ugh. That's all I got to say. Okay. Outrage after Australian officials order rescue dogs to be killed over the big craziness fears. Local Australian health officials sent animal rights activists into outrage mode after they ordered the killings of an unknown number of rescue dogs, fearing that the craziness transmission. The national government is now investigating. In total, 15 dogs, including puppies, were killed. One of the dogs was allegedly a female who had just recently birthed a litter of puppies. I'm telling you, the world that we live in, and it's so crazy. 2021, worst year ever. I mean, for humanity. For humanity. Okay, this is a really long video, but this is a video that if you have not seen, you need to go and check it out. It's on VidMax. A newborn baby is snatched from mother by authorities without explanation. The baby catches the craziness while in custody. Mother never sees that child again. I'm going to tell you where this happened. I just don't want to get it wrong. Okay, I don't see where it says what hospital it is. Love you. But it's Baptist Health. We'll see. But I'm gonna play a clip of it for you, and then you can see the rest. You can go see the rest if you want. Okay. Lexington, Kentucky. So this is here in the United States.
I'm leaving with my baby. I'm leaving with my baby Cooper. I'm talking right here. This is what I'm talking. So what y'all want to talk about? What do y'all want to talk about? The baby's not staying here. Look, let me tell you something. The baby does not have any drugs in his system. Does he? Does he? Does he?
Ms. Sellers was absolutely correct. According to the hospital documents and court paperwork, the baby's system and Ms. Sellers' system were completely negative of any foreign substances.
Hold on. You're gonna hurt my baby.
You let go.
You're gonna hurt my baby.
You let go.
Look at how hard that cop snatched
Hey,
that
don't do that to me. Let go. Let go of me. Please. No. You guys, I have not broke a law. You guys cannot do this to me. I know, but you guys are trying to take my baby. Please let go of me. Please
I will cut the backpack if you don't let go of your arm.
No, please.
Let go of your arm. I'll cut it.
Look at this guy. He's choking her.
Now remember,
He's grabbed her by her
there
neck
were no
on both
warrants,
sides.
there was no criminal act. The hospital staff, the police all escalated the situation. And in this case, Ms. Sellers has every right to be heard.
You guys, please let go of me.
I got it, Cooper.
Oh my God.
I got it.
Please let go of me.
I can't see the cuff.
Listen to her talk.
Go ahead and get the cuff, and then we can...
I can't breathe. I cannot breathe.
I got it, Cooper.
Oh my God.
I got it.
Please let go of me.
I can't see the...
The hospital staff member is choking Ms. Sellers around the neck.
This is so hard to watch for me. It's insane. This happened in Kentucky. This lady did nothing wrong. She didn't hurt her child in any way. She didn't have any drugs in her system. She was doing nothing. She was leaving the hospital with her child like everybody does. And they just said, no, you're not leaving. So when you go in to watch the rest of the video, the guy goes on to tell you how she had gotten into a disagreement with one of the nurses about the big V. And the nurse didn't like what she had to say. So she called like CPS on this lady, and I mean, this is how it went, totally and completely out of control. But bottom line is she does not leave with her child.
The other ones are helping pin her against the wall.
They take her child from her. They place her child in foster care, where they say that the child caught the craziness, and she doesn't see her child again. Tell me that's not freaking insane. Again, the world in 2021. I can't watch any more of it. I seen it before, but if you guys want, please go check it out. Again, it's on VidMax. Newborn baby is snatched from mother by authorities without explanation. Let me check. I gotta check one thing. Okay. Unfathomable, gut-wrenching tragedy. Maryland mom allegedly confesses to killing daughter 6 and her son, who was 8 years old. In a podcast episode recorded by Jamaria Hall during quarantine, she can be heard telling her 2 young children, "Y'all been driving me crazy, but I love y'all." To which one shyly replies, "I love you too." On Tuesday, about a year after the BMORE charming... You know what? Can you guys give me 1 second? My dog's flipping out. I'll be right back. You guys can read this while you're waiting for me to get back. Right here. What's he doing? Come on, Val. Come on, babies. Come in here with mommy. Come on. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. I had to see what was going on. But, yeah. By the time Hall's children were discovered, their bodies had already begun to decompose. Sick. Our world, 2021, the people are sick, insane. The government's insane, lost their damn minds. Australia is totally out of control. Bella. Okay. Again, sorry. Real life. Okay, this mom got mad over the Pledge of Allegiance in class. Here's her unhinged phone call to the school.
Yes, this message is for Carter Nordman. My understanding that you are the Iowa State representative who included language that requires all Iowa schools to lead the Pledge of Allegiance once a day in grades 1 through 12. I'm curious, Carter, when did we start teaching white nationalism in schools? Because that's exactly what the you're doing, sir. And you have
White nationalism. Now saying the Pledge of Allegiance is white nationalism. Can somebody please explain this to me?
have absolutely no right to require something like that. Our children aren't proud to be American. Maybe the white suburban kids out in Adel are proud to be American because their rights are afforded to them every day and they don't have to fight for them. But
Really? Really?
for the rest of us who are women, the poor, the elderly, the minorities, we're not so proud. What are we proud of? We're proud of our racist history. We're proud of our...
Hey, lady, newsflash, if you're not fucking proud to be American, move to another country. We'll help you pack your bags because we don't want you here either.
Our racist roots. Is that what we're proud of? We're proud of the fact that not all citizens in the United States are afforded the same rights and the same privileges as the blonde-haired, blue-eyed ones. That's a bunch of colonizer Carter, and the fact that you're perpetuating that is disgusting. Keep that.
The fact that you can even make this phone call and sound like such an idiot, you're disgusting. I mean, that is disgusting that you have people that are like that. It's crazy. It is so insane. I'm not going to waste any more time on this dum-dum. Okay. This is insane. Arizona mom says judge stripped custody of her child because she is unindoctrinated. She didn't cash in her big V, so they're taking her kids away.
Anything.
Rebecca Furlet has been divorced for 7 years and shares custody of her 11-year-old son with her ex-husband. What had been a 50-50 split in parenting time. But on August 10th, in an unrelated child support hearing, Cook County Judge James Shapiro asked Furlet whether she'd been vaccinated. Told the judge no because she's had bad reactions to vaccines in the past. Stripped Furlet of all of her parenting time until she agrees to get vaccinated.
Is that the most insane thing you've ever heard? He took custody away until she goes and gets the big V. Unconstitutional. Totally against her rights. Totally breaking the law. This judge should be disbarred and have his shit removed. Don't you all agree? I mean, have you ever heard of something so completely insane? Everything they are doing is illegal. This is totally illegal. Illegal. This judge should be removed from the bench. It's just disgusting. I threw this on because, people propose on the Jumbotrons. People pledge their love on the Jumbotrons at games. But I've never heard of somebody dumping their girlfriend using the Jumbotron in a game. I mean, it's funny. That's why it's on here. I was like, well, let's throw in something that will give somebody a laugh, because all this other shit is depressing, but it's reality. Baseball games are not typically associated with heartbreak, but one couple whose relationship appeared to end at a minor league game seems to be the exception of that rule. Jumbotrons, while primarily used to keep score and highlight key moments of the game, are a beloved part of the baseball experience. Catching a glimpse of oneself on the giant screen is a thrilling experience for many, and messages, often romantic or congratulatory in nature, are frequently displayed for all to see. On-screen declarations of love, particularly in the form of marriage proposals, have become so common that the trend has taken on a life of its own, dividing spectators and significant others alike. According to USA Today, the incident took place in an Akron, Ohio Rubber Ducks baseball game last Thursday. While it ended up being a good night for the home team, they won the game 11-2. One woman in the crowd was not so lucky. Amid the fans' shout-outs displayed on the scoreboard giant screen was the following message: "Alyssa, this relationship is over." The message was signed Tim. Isn't that funny? I mean, who does that? Come on. All right, back to freaking reality. Woman who hid 26 kids behind false wall at daycare found guilty. A Colorado woman charged with hiding 26 children behind a false wall at her daycare center was found guilty of child abuse and other charges. Carla Faith was convicted of 26 counts of misdemeanor child abuse, a felony count of attempting to influence a public servant, and a misdemeanor count of running a child care facility without a license. One of her employees also was convicted of 26 counts of child abuse. Police went to Mountain Play Place in November 2019 after getting reports that it was caring for more children than allowed. Although Faith repeatedly told an officer that no children were there, the officer could hear children's music and child's cry from the basement. Another officer discovered a small seam separating a false wall from the actual wall. Many of the children had soiled or wet diapers and were sweaty and thirsty. Vanessa Nagel, the mother of a child in the daycare, said she was ecstatic about the verdict, but said the trial was very emotional. It's going to take help for our kids especially to move on after the trauma that they've gone through. That's totally crazy. But people, when you send your child to a daycare or a day camp or anywhere, when you send your children anywhere that you know you're not going to be there, your job as a parent is to protect your child. Wouldn't you freaking vet these people, like up and down, back and forth, left and right, before you said, okay, I trust this person with my child? I mean, I feel like that's kind of your responsibility. And the lady wasn't licensed, so she shouldn't have been a daycare provider. I mean, I'm glad she got caught, and I feel bad for the children. But I mean, the parents, when are you going to take, or you have to take some kind of responsibility for this, because it's your fault your kids were there in the first place. Oh, if you guys have not heard about this lady already, I cannot even take her. Just seeing her video bothers me. But here we go.
Okay, so during third period, we have announcements and they do the Pledge of Allegiance. I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like it, say the words if you want, don't have to say the words. So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable. And I packed it away and I don't know where, and I haven't found it yet. But my kid today goes, hey, it's kind of weird that we just stand and then, we say it to nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta find it. Like, I'm working on it. I got you. In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he like looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Well, I know. Oh, there's so much I want to say, and I just can't say it. It is repulsive. Every time I see that, I just want to smack her right in her mouth. Like, what in the actual fuck is wrong with you, lady? And look at her giggling and laughing. It's just like, you're so freaking stupid. Sorry. She is so brainwashed, and, the world, guys, the world in 2021. Here's another one. I'm not going to play it because they say it multiple times. Outrageous. Chicago judge strips mother of parental rights because she is unindoctrinated. Stripped. So the other mother in Arizona lost custody, but still had her rights. This lady, the judge stripped her of her parental rights, which means you have no right to that child anymore whatsoever for the rest of your life. You can't do that. That is against the law. Again, this is worse. This is like 10 times worse than that last judge we were just talking about. Again, disbarment, disrobed, shouldn't be allowed to practice. All of these things need to happen to this judge because what he did was totally and completely illegal and against her constitutional rights, against her parental rights. Watch as a University of Tennessee student is dragged out of class by a cop for not wearing a mask as other students cheer. Other brainwashed students.
I've done nothing wrong. Yes, sir. I 100% agree that you have done nothing wrong when it comes to wearing the mask. But they have every right to ask you not to be here. I know you're a student, paying student.
Can I just say that if that was my child and you dragged my child out of a classroom, it would not end pretty. It would not end pretty for any of those people that put their hands on my child. It's disgusting. What in the hell happened in the last, how many years? Like, what happened to the world where this is the fucking world that we live in? Teachers think they have the right to grope your children. School officials feel like they have a right to put their hands on your children. It's just amazing to me the lengths that have the lengths that people will go to work this bullshit agenda that they're trying to shove down everybody's throat. Wake the hell up. Look at what is happening. Look at the world now in 2021 compared to, I'm just saying, let's go to like 1995, right? It was totally different. All this fucking craziness that you hear about did not happen back then. It was not heard of. But now it's the agenda. It's what they want. This is how they want people to be. Now this is a hero. This is a good mother, in my opinion. A California mother fought a mountain lion with her bare hands to save her 5-year-old son. The boy was playing by a tree near his home in Calabasas, LA, when the mountain lion pounced on him and dragged him about 45 yards. Captain Patrick Foy, a spokesman with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, said. The mother, who has not been named, was inside the house when she heard her son scream. She rushed out and started punching and striking the mountain lion with her bare hands and got him off her son. The true hero of this story is his mom because she absolutely saved her son's life, he said, according to The Guardian. The boy's parents rushed him to LA hospital where he was treated for injuries to his head, neck, and upper torso. Officials said he is now in stable condition. Wildlife officers who were sent to the scene found the same mountain lion hiding in a bush with its ears back and hissing. They ended up shooting and killing it. A statement of the website of the California Wildlife Department said due to its behavior and proximity to the attack, the warden believed it was likely the attacking lion and had to protect public safety, shot and killed it on site. That mom went after this mountain lion with her bare hands to save her 5-year-old child. You know, and it's stories like this that make you happy, but it's also stories when you hear shit like this and then you hear a story about how a mother killed her 2-year-old child or killed her 5-year-old child or beat him, or, you know, it's just like, how can you have a mother that loves her child so much, like normal parents, like you're supposed to love your child, that you would go and try to take on a fucking mountain lion to save your child? And then you got a mother, which I don't even know how you can call these other people parents, you know? Then you have this other mother who throws her fucking baby out of a window because she's sick of hearing it cry. You know, that's what I'm saying. There's two totally different types of parents in the world. Those that truly care and those that don't. You know, but good for this mom. You know, she saved her son's life. And I'm glad that mountain lion's dead. Okay. Now, this is a repulsive, disgusting person. And you will see, and I'm sure you will agree. But I think she does say the word a couple times, so I'm going to have to mute it as I hear that, okay? Just work with me.
There was a meeting about mask mandates at my city hall tonight, and outside of it on my way home, I passed a bunch of anti-maskers trying to protest for the right to die and end up disabled, and all I want to do is scream, "Fuck you! Please die! Just die!" Like you're literally killing yourself and the people around you. I am out of fucking empathy at this point. Why am I wearing a mask to protect your fucking child when the bare minimum of parenting is to protect them and you won't? There was a...
I think if there was ever a PSA for drug use, that should be it. That lady is a complete frickin' lunatic. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. See what I'm saying? I didn't know nobody like that back in the day. People weren't like that. It's totally insane what is happening. I had to check to make sure my stuff was all good. Yeah. Yep. The world in 2021, folks. Okay. Now, so for all these people, let me put that down for a second. For all of these people who hear about these CV camps going up, right? These C camps, these craziness camps going up in other parts of the world. They don't believe it. And then people were like, well, that would never, ever happen here. That would never happen here. There would never be craziness camps around here. Let me show you this. And this is right off the CDC website. It's called the shielding approach. What is the shielding approach? The shielding approach aims to reduce the number of severe craziness cases by limiting contact between individuals at higher risk of developing a severe disease. In the general population, high-risk individuals would be temporarily, now you guys listening to me, high-risk individuals would be temporarily relocated to safe or green zones established at the household, neighborhood, camp, sector, or community level, depending on the context and setting. They will have minimal contact with family members and other low-risk residents. I rest my case. You know, it is happening here, and it's right on their website. You will be temporarily relocated to safe or green zones established at the household, neighborhood, camp, sector, or community level, depending on the context and setting, until they see fit to let you go. Tell me that it's not happening here. Tell me that, I mean, we never thought we'd see the world the way that it is. The world in 2021 is a terrible fucking place. Look at what is going on in Australia. They are sending attack dogs into crowds. Insane. Are you people insane? Yes, we are. Oh, shit. Hold on, let me X this out. If it'll let me. There. All right. Arizona mother, boyfriend are on the run after allegedly murdering her 2-year-old son. Nationwide arrest warrants are out for an Arizona mother and her boyfriend who have been on the run from authorities since they were indicted last week for murdering the woman's 2-year-old son. According to the reports, the Sierra Vista Police Department announced that warrants for first-degree murder and child abuse had been issued for Alicia Hopp and Daniel Foster, 30, after the couple was indicted by a grand jury for the June 2020 death of Kenny Bubs Gamble. Police and paramedics responded to a 911 call from Foster on the morning of June 3, 2020, concerning a child who was not breathing at the man's apartment. First responders found Bubs unresponsive and performed CPR before the boy was rushed to Canyon Vista Medical Center and then to a hospital in Tucson, where he was on life support. Foster, who was in the apartment along with the child, reportedly told police that he was watching the children while Hopp was out shopping. After showing no improvement in his vital signs, doctor removed Bubs from life support. The child was pronounced dead 3 days after arriving at the hospital. An autopsy performed by the Pima County Medical Examiner determined that Bubs' death was a non-accidental homicide caused by blunt force trauma to the head, resulting in ischemic, hypoxic encephalopathy, meaning his brain was deprived of blood and oxygen. Additionally, the medical examiner's report stated that the toddler had sustained 15 purple-colored contusions consistent with bruising, 4 of which were located on the boy's head. Do you see what I am saying? Pieces of trash that would do that to a 2-year-old and to her own child. Piece of garbage. She should be put on death row and rot in prison for the rest of her life. Send the mountain lion after her ass. That's what I say. Okay. Now, this happened in a high school where there's teachers in cafeterias. Correct? There are adults in cafeterias at school. But this is what you're subjecting children to when you send them to public school today. This is what BLM and the Marxist agenda have created, and these are the fruits of those loins. This is what happens when you put all this political bullshit into schools and into children's lives. Then they think they can walk around like this. If these two kids' parents should be fucking ashamed of themselves, because look at what they raised. It is hard to watch. I'm going to tell you right now. These turn racist pieces of shit. Other kids are cheering, and not one person got up to help that kid. How disgusting is that? All right. DHS says Americans need to start prepping for up to 6 months without electricity. In a new report from the President's National Infrastructure Advisory Council and published by the Department of Homeland Security, the government is urging the public to prepare for up to 6 months without electricity, transportation, fuel, money, or health care. DHS is warning that the electrical grid is now the prime target of terrorists and says Americans need to be prepared for a power outage of up to 6 months. The report says that people no longer keep enough essentials within their homes, reducing their ability to sustain themselves during an extended, prolonged outage. We need to improve individual preparedness. What? Yeah, go downstairs. I'll be down and I'm almost done. People have got to prepare. You need water. You need food. And I'm talking about storable food. You need to be able to store water safely. If you do not have a way to purify it or filter it after, then you need to have it in jugs that you can safely store water in. But water, food, medicines, anything that you think you might need, you should start stocking up on now. When you got Department of Homeland Security telling you to stock up, you better stock up. Because they don't tell you they won't come out and tell you unless for a reason, liability, right? It's a liability thing. They had to make sure that they told you. But a lot of people didn't see this article. So please, just prepare, because we don't know what is coming next. The world in 2021, we've never seen it the way that it is. So prepare for bad shit to happen. Prepare for the unknown, because that's what it is. Here's another one. Here's what will happen if the power grid goes down. Plus tips on how to survive. When Winter Storm Uri devastated Texas 4 months ago, millions of residents were left without power, water, and food for days. State power grid operators themselves admitted that the power grid was only minutes and seconds away from completely failing. If that had happened, residents would have had blackouts for months. This just goes to show the odds of the country's power grid collapsing when disaster strikes or when shit hits the fan are actually very high. But it's not just the lack of power you need to brace for in case the grid goes down. Here are the 6 more things that are more likely to happen if the power grid collapses. Commerce would cease. Banks would close, and automated teller machines wouldn't work if the power grid goes down. For a while, people with cash to spend may fare well. But as that cash runs out, they would likely begin trading with others for resources. Bartering. Communications would shut down. Cell phones, tablets, and other gadgets that need to be charged would be rendered useless just hours after the power grid goes down, greatly limiting communication. That includes communication with police, firefighters, and emergency services. Transport networks would grind to a halt. Fuel pump at gas stations would stop working if there is no power. Road signs, traffic lights, train systems would all go dead as well. And without a way to procure gasoline, car owners would have zero use for their vehicles. Establishments that heavily rely on deliveries, such as grocery stores, would be unable to restock. There would be no running water. Critical infrastructures like water treatment facilities use power to run their pumps and equipment. Without power, water services would stop and there would be no running water. You won't be able to flush the toilet or run the shower. Grocery stores and pharmacies would be stripped bare. People who didn't prepare for a power grid failure would rush out to their local grocery stores and pharmacies to buy large quantities of food, water, medicine, and toiletries. There would be millions of people like this, so it's highly likely that these establishments would be stripped bare within the first few days of a power grid collapse. Satellite navigation devices would be useless. These days, many people rely on their cell phones, tablets, and other gadgets for directions. If the grid goes down, people would be unable to charge their gadgets, which eventually die. The average person will likely get lost if the grid goes down. You better learn to read a fucking map. Stock up on food, water, and other essentials. Prepare alternative heat sources. Prepare flashlights, lanterns, and other light sources. Learn basic survival skills. You need to spend some time right now looking all of this stuff up. Survival skills. Learn them now. Buy your flashlights, your lanterns, and other light sources. Prepare for other alternative heat sources. Get something now. So if this does happen, you're covered. You can fucking keep your family and yourselves warm. Stock up on food, water, and other essentials. It's going to be very, very... People underestimate water. Like, you can't do shit without water. All I'm saying is I'm just putting this in here so you guys can prepare. Because nothing, like I said, the world has never been where it's at right now. All these kinds of things are happening that have never happened before. And, who's to say that the grid's not the next thing to go down? Who's to say that all this shit is not about to happen? You don't know, and we don't know. But wouldn't you rather be prepared than unprepared and not be able to survive? That's all I'm saying. Again, the U.S. grid, the power grid, is at risk of catastrophic failure. This was just made on September 4th. Prolonged blackouts in Louisiana following Hurricane Ida are a reminder the power grid needs to become more resilient as well as reliable, if even more services such as electric vehicles are going to depend on it in the future. The electricity system is already directly responsible for providing a wide range of energy services in homes, offices, factories, including space heating, air conditioning, blah, blah, blah. Cooking, refrigeration, and power. The grid is also at the heart of a collection of other critical systems, including oil and gas supply, water and sewage, transport, communications, public safety, healthcare, which cannot function properly without it. If in the future, the grid is likely to be responsible for the provision of even more energy services as policymakers push to electrify many remaining services as part of the strategy for achieving net zero emissions. But in the rush to electrify the entire energy system, policymakers may be inadvertently increasing the vulnerability of the economy and society in the event of a large area, long-duration power failure. Rather than several closely connected but separate systems for electricity, gas, oil, and transport in the future, there will be increasingly be only one very tightly integrated system, increasing its vulnerability to a catastrophic failure. Again, I'm just saying, if you've got all these different things coming out saying, hey, people prepare, you better listen. You better prepare as best as you can. Here's another one, and I put it up just to show you. Energy Secretary says enemies are capable of shutting down the U.S. power grid. Guys, so when they tell you things, so the mainstream media lies all of the time. They're constantly telling us useless information that none of us need. It's insane. So when they come out and they tell you, and you keep hearing, the grid going down, power failures, gotta get prepared. When you keep hearing these things that they're mentioning to you, they're mentioning it for a reason. So they can say, well, we warned you a month ago, or we warned you 2 weeks ago. This is what happens. So I'm just saying to all my followers, please prepare. Stock up on everything that you can. Just try to prepare. We're almost done. All right, this lady, I'm just going to let you watch this. This is my kind of lady right here.
But Mr. McKay, I pray you are a man of your word.
Hold on.
Explain to you.
That's as loud as I can get it. All right.
That he received. But Mr. McKay, I pray you are a man of your word. Last week I asked my children if I could check the books that they picked up from the school. My son picked up this brand new book from the shelves in class, Long Boy. He was under the impression it was about a kid that ends up at the beginning mowing the grass at Disneyland. I'd like to share a few quotes with you. This first one, just turn around. On page 19, not that it really matters in 4th grade, at a church youth group meeting out in the bushes, I touched Doug Vogel's dick and he touched mine. In fact, there was even some mouths involved. Next one, page 91. What if I told you I touched another guy's dick? What if I told you I sucked it? I was 10 years old, but it's true. He sucked mine too, and you know what? It wasn't terrible.
I mean, I can't play all of this because, I mean, who even talks like this? Who even writes books like this and puts them in schools? Like, I don't even feel comfortable listening to shit like this. But I'm trying to put it out there so you can know what is going on, what they are teaching your children.
Page 174. I don't know if I have time for this one. Yeah, I did. He talked about old times at the church, but never mentioned our penises or the fact that he never said 10 words to me after our little foray in the bushes. Not a single reference to holding or tugging or sucking dicks. All I could think about while he was chatting me up was his little salamander between my 4th grade fingers, rapidly and working with 230. I didn't think time for this. Why won't you admit we sucked each other's dicks? We shared a Hershey's bar, then you showed me your dick. The next thing I know, it's in my mouth. We sucked each other's dick.
All right, that's an
University. Are you intending to teach my child with material like this? In addition.
All right, I think you guys get the point. These are the books that are in the libraries for anybody to grab. Come on. Get your kids out of these fucking systems now. Do you not get it? All right. In world first, Cuba starts the craziness for toddlers. Cuba on Monday became the first country in the world to indoctrinate children from the age of 2 against craziness using homegrown indoctrination suspensors not recognized by the World Health Organization. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Just reread that yourselves. I'm not going to say it again. You reread this. Let's do it. It's like making meth in your bathroom or in your kitchen. That's exactly what it is. You know, that's exactly like what they're doing. Homegrown. It's not even the thing. They're just fucking making shit up as they go and sticking it into little kids. I do not follow these people. I do not give a shit about the Kardashians whatsoever. But when I seen this, I was like, you've got to be. Look at this freak. Look at what she is wearing. That is sick, twisted, demented. What a freak, right? Who wears stuff like that? Who walks around like that? Freaks, that's who. These are the people that unfortunately your kids look up to. Teach your kids that these people ain't nobody. Okay, now I saw this the other day, and I don't know if you guys have heard about this yet, but I saw this the other day, and when I seen it, I just thought, what a piece of trash this guy is. Whoever this guy's parents are, it should be so fucking ashamed and embarrassed that this is the kid that they had. Like, what a piece of trash. Update, though. He has been identified, and this video went viral. He has been identified, and he has been arrested, which he should be. Right? What a piece of garbage. There he is. He's been identified now, but what a piece of trash. Okay. This is really hard to watch. I'm just going to let you know that right now. It is very, very hard to watch. But this lady who was 8.5 months pregnant had to have an emergency C-section. She had to have it. It was a life or death thing. They told her they would not do it. The hospital actually refused to do the C-section unless she got the big V. Okay? Unless she got indoctrinated, they were not going to help her and her child. So they forced her. She had to do it, so she took it. And an hour or so later, look what happened to her child. Look at his legs. They can't stop shaking. He was born with a neurological problem. Look what they did to this child. Oh my God, it's so sad. It's so sad. Oh my God, I can't even. Oh, isn't that so sad? Oh, it's disgusting. That doctor, those people should all be fucking fired, and the hospital should be goddamn shut down because they aren't out there to help people. This is what they are doing to people. Look at this little boy at daycare. He's like, leave me alone.
Put your mask on. No, you gotta wear it on.
This thing is not supposed to be on my face. Get it off of
me. Put your mask on.
There you go. Keep it right there.
Yay, Mason! Yay!
Keep it on, Mason. Look, we're gonna keep it right here. Nope.
And it just continues for like however long till they got the little boy to keep his mask on. You leaving now? I'm almost done. I got 3 left. New Jersey officer catches 1-month-old baby thrown from 2nd floor balcony. A New Jersey police officer caught a 1-month-old baby after a man threw the child from a building's 2nd floor balcony. The newborn, who was not identified, wasn't physically harmed. Let's see. The incident began Saturday morning in Jersey City with a report of an unidentified man dangling the newborn over a balcony. Officers negotiated with the man and set up a perimeter. The man was arrested after he threw the baby. It wasn't immediately clear what charges he faces. Other details about the incident weren't available. But the baby was caught. I mean, thank God that cop was there to catch the baby, but, you know, the guy, these are the people that are in this world today. This is what I'm saying. Not only has the world gone crazy, but everybody in it has gone insane. And the people running it have gone even more insane. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to have to mute this at some point too because of these dumbasses and their words.
We really need to stop pushing these Trump-thumping anti-vaxxer fucksticks into getting this vaccine. I mean, come on. I mean, just think about it. What a wonderful world it would be without them.
I don't even have anything to say about that lady. White House tells U.S. agencies to get ready for first government shutdown of pandemic. The White House Budget Office notified federal agencies on Thursday to begin preparations for the first shutdown of the U.S. government since the craziness began, as lawmakers on Capitol Hill struggled to reach a funding agreement. Administration officials stress the request is in line with traditional procedures 7 days ahead of a shutdown and not a commentary on the likelihood, or lack thereof, a congressional deal. Both Democrats and Republicans have made clear they intend to fund the government before its funding expires on September 30th, but time is running out, and lawmakers are aiming to resolve an enormous set of tasks in a matter of weeks. It could happen. Just saying. White House is telling agencies to prepare. Okay. This one, I'm only going to play a minute of it, but this husband and wife are at this park, or at this place, and they notice this lady sleeping in her car, and she's got 2 young kids in there, except the lady's not sleeping. And the little kid, the whole time, just says, my mommy's sleeping, she does this a lot, because she's freaking doped up and passed out. That's the problem.
Fuck no.
Like, anybody could have come
Yo!
up and taken these kids.
Hey! 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 Get the keys. Yeah. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Oh, yeah, they're
Hey!
right outside of the kids' school.
Hey! Hey! Wake up! Please, wake up! Your kids are here. I need Narcan for sure. Narcan for sure. She's dead. Yeah, let's go to the playground. Come on. Hi, how are you? Hi, what's your name? Hi.
This guy and his wife, well, she's on the phone with the paramedics. They take him over to the playground to try to keep him distracted because their mother just OD'd in the front seat and just left him there. Like, who knows what could have happened to them. But yeah, so they go over to the playground and they're waiting, and the kid just keeps saying that his mom does this a lot, and so then the police come, and then the video ends. But it's just so crazy because anything could happen to them. Luckily, this guy and his wife found these kids, and it wasn't some freak pedophile, junkie who could have done anything to them. This is the last one I got for you guys today. I hope you guys liked this video. Please share it, thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't done so already.
Do you want to know why he
Did
brought?
you guys reach over
Do you want to know why he brought the Trump flag in?
Why?
So I'm going to say this politically correct. To make a lot of the African American kids mad. So that was his motive. Do you support him now?
So he's racist.
Yes. And then everyone here supporting him. Free Colton.
His best friend is what? His best friend is what?
It's fake news.
No.
What? Are you calling Trump racist?
Trump brings out racism.
I don't care.
And trafficking
Diet supporter,
people.
get out of here. Bro, sure. I do not.
Wow, what a good teacher, right? this kid had a Trump flag. She called him racist. He got put into detention. You got all these other kids who are trying to stand up for him and tell you he's not racist. His best friend's black. And then she wants to go attack Trump. Well, he brings out the racist in people. And then you got this kid going back. Now all the kids are fighting. She done started a race thing in the middle of the class. Great teacher. This is what your kids are going to school for. So that's the last one I have for you guys today. I really hope you liked this video. Please hit that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know on everything I showed you. Just let me know what you guys think. I love reading the comments. So that's it. Until next time, stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe, stay informed, and use your brain. And please try to prepare for anything that could happen. Prepare that, get that food, get that water, get the medicines, get everything that you think you might need. And if anything does go down, you and your family will be okay. All right. I'll see you next time.